Alex, show them how easy this is.
Looks like we don't need to buy this product.
On Shark Tank, it sometimes seems like the sharks know the best business decisions, but time and time again, they've been proven wrong by entrepreneurs who have soared after their time on the show. There have been times where these billionaires should have made a deal instead of turning down the pitch and the product. Hey everyone, welcome back to Splash. Today we will be taking a look at some of these successes that were rejected from the Shark Tank. But before we go on, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, keep watching until number 1 to see the company that shocked even the sharks after their success. It isn't what you think it is. Number 5, Chef Big Shake.
I'd be buying more into you because you're a great guy than buying into the business. I'm out.
Inspired by his daughter's interest in vegetarianism and recognizing a market opportunity, Shawn Davis pitched his specialty seafood burger business to the Sharks in 2011, asking for $200,000 for a 25% equity stake of the company. Davis wanted to tap into the vegetarian market with foods such as burgers that relied upon seafood rather than traditional meat sources. Now, the Sharks thought the venture was too risky and they passed on the opportunity. But after the episode aired, angel investors seized the opportunity by offering Davis $500,000. Annual sales for Davis's company, CBS Foods, grew from $30,000 to $5 million in just 1 year.
We're well over $1 million in sales, projected to do about $5 million.
Get out!
Yes.
In 2017, Cuban admitted that he regretted not investing in food innovation. Perhaps, well, it was for the best. CBS products were originally sold in grocery stores. Davis's company ended its grocery store relationships, opting instead to sell its product line to restaurants, including to the ones that it operates. Davis now has plans to begin franchising. Well, I guess no one knew how successful a shrimp burger could actually be. Number 4, The Rocketbook.
Remember when they laughed us off Shark Tank?
Huh. Yeah, I think that was right before the Rocketbook Wave became the #1 selling notebook on Amazon. They just couldn't see our vision for an entire line of intelligent notebooks.
A lot of people still prefer to write, and a notebook is considered as, well, a trusty companion. For these people, the notebook is the best way to take down their notes, but it can also be used as a journal that stores information. So what do you do when you run out of pages to write in your book? Well, you would usually have to go to the store and get yourself another notebook. After some time, you may end up growing a pile of books, and well, that's just too bulky. To deal with this issue, Jacob and Joe came on Shark Tank to present their idea of the Rocketbook. According to them, you could write whatever you want in it, and when it's filled up, put it in the microwave to have it wiped clean for a fresh start. Really innovative, right? The Rocketbook has sold $2 million before coming onto the show. However, the Sharks still failed to back this pitch, even calling it irrelevant. But after the Shark Tank effect, this digital book had 10 million sales. They then decided to make changes to the Rocketbook and now named it the Everlasting Notebook. This invention was a bestseller on Amazon in 2016. Number 3, Siminoff and Doorbot.
It's your good friend, Mr. Wonderful. I wanted to have you join me on this deal with Doorbot. I think we can get them to go all royalties and no equity.
When Jamie Siminoff, now CEO of Ring, appeared on the show in 2013, he pitched the idea of Doorbot, which was supposed to be a caller ID for your door. The doorbell was an integrated video camera that sends alerts and the video feed directly to the owner's smartphone. Sound familiar? Homeowners are then able to see and speak with whoever is at the front door or ignore the visitor completely.
With Doorbot, you can see and speak with visitors from anywhere.
His goal was to get a $700,000 kickstart to his idea of the video doorbell system. After initially referring to the system as Doorbot, it was later renamed to the Ring Doorbell. Kevin O'Leary bid on the deal, but insisted a 10% of the sales royalties and also a 5% stake in the company. Siminoff made a counter offer and the deal was rejected by O'Leary. Siminoff walked off without the deal. The Sharks missed out big time as Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson decided to invest in the Doorbot, and it was changed to Ring when Amazon bought it from Siminoff for $1 billion. Talk about a missed opportunity. By the time of the acquisition, Ring had raised $209 million and was last valued at $760 million according to PitchHook. Siminoff has since been a guest shark on the show. Number 2, Kodiak Cakes.
We believe we have great products and we have a proven track record. Now, who's ready to unleash your inner bear and start flipping flapjacks with us?
So we're gonna give you guys a sample.
All right.
There are people who come onto Shark Tank knowing that they can get things to work only if they get the right backing for their product. But oftentimes, the sharks aren't usually willing to bend or succumb to their demands. This is what happened when Joel Clark went on the show to pitch his business idea, Kodiak Cakes. What really made this story special was because his business had originated from his mother. For some time, she actually went from door to door trying to sell people her special recipe. He and his brother were inspired by this and decided to open a business where they sold her recipe and a range of other products. They had run the company for more than a decade, but were unable to soar regardless of what they did or offers that they took. So their next stop? Well, it was the Shark Tank. The bad news was that the sharks weren't buying it and they weren't interested in helping the brothers. Kevin O'Leary even dared to call the product a commodity. They didn't believe that the brothers had managed to sell about $3.6 million worth of product. This was an action which they would end up regretting, because by the end of 2018, they grossed sales of over $100 million. That's a $100 million for a commodity. Number 1, coffee meets bagel.
My name is Arun, Dawoon, and Sue, and we're the Kang sisters from San Francisco.
Kang, along with her sisters Aram and Sue, pitched the sharks on their women-focused dating app, where they were asking for $500,000 in exchange for 5% equity in their company, which incorporates popular elements from the flash sale and social media sites. Every day at noon, Coffee Meets Bagel users receive one match who is connected to them through a mutual friend via Facebook. Both parties must like each other in order to connect through the app. The concept wowed the sharks, but things quickly took a turn when the sisters wouldn't directly answer a question about how many people use the app. After some back and forth about why they wouldn't provide a hard number, as well as questions regarding their business model, all of the sharks backed off on making an offer. That was until Mark Cuban asked the trio at the last minute if they'd be willing to sell the company for $30 million, the largest offer in the show's history. Now, you would think that they would accept, but they ended up rejecting it and instead transformed the company into a billion-dollar powerhouse.